I'd like to give a big shout out to my $20 a month patrons: Rhiannon Lewis, Cody Martinez, Alexa Rakovic, Claire Daly, Pasky the Peruvian Princess, Tiffany Sablon, Tim Karika, Richard the UK Paranormal Investigator, Veronique Coulomb, and Woody Woodson. Thank you to all my patrons. There we are. We are recording. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people have asked me, what is the safest way to do a Ouija board? I'm going to show that clip right now. Yes, seriously guys, if you are afraid of the board before you even ever play it, you shouldn't play it. It's not for you. If you're not afraid of this stuff, if you have already experimented in divination before, if you like things like pendulums or runes, dowsing rods, pencils, Charlie style, whatever the case may be, there's all kinds of forms of divination out there. There's tarot cards. One of my favorites is the Ouija board. I've never been scared of the board. I feel like if you're afraid of something, then you're not truly living. And one of the most important things to me is living my life to the fullest. With that said, there are some precautions that you can take, but at the end of the day, when you use a Ouija board, you're opening a portal. Now, a lot of people say, does a portal need to be open for spirits to come through? No, it doesn't, but it does draw them to you. If I'm sitting here in this room and there's spirits walking by, it's one thing. They could make that decision. Do I want to go into that room? Do I want to see what he's doing? Do I want to try and talk to him? Or if I'm using a Ouija board, that energy, that intention I have at that moment is going to lure them in there, because spirits are so sensitive, they're so empathic, but beyond what we could ever fathom. I'm actually writing a chapter about this because it's something that I discovered more recently in the last few years. Spirits are psychic. You know, when a spirit's coming by the house, I'm doing the Ouija board, they know what's going on. They're gonna come to me because look, hey, here's somebody, here's one of the living trying to communicate with me, and I'm walking around here lonely as fuck talking to other spirits. And you know what, I would probably do the same thing. All right, so now I'm doing the Ouija board. Now they have an opportunity to use their energy to come beneath the planchette and the board and spell things out that are things that they want to get off their chest, or maybe relevant to us. Maybe they see us and we're surrounded by demons and they want to let us know. Or maybe our family members are already with us here and they see the board and they're like, oh my God, you know, this is the only time I have an opportunity to manipulate something with my energy, and I'm going to do it. The planchette is so easy to manipulate because you're supposed to lightly touch it. I always like to keep my arms up because I feel like if you keep your arms down, like you have more weight on it, and if you're playing with another person, you know, that weight is harder for the planchette to move. So you want to lightly touch it. You want to keep your arms up, and I mean, you want to hold it down, but you don't want to press like super hard, like, oh, you're not going to go anywhere, you're going to prove me wrong. No, you just want to hold it down and make sure that it stays to the board, but you don't want to press too hard. You don't want to press too light. It does need the energy, and we have that at the tips of our fingers, and a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of things in witchcraft come from our hands. Yeah, it comes from all the elements. It comes from working with the spirits and the crystals and the herbs and all these other things. But when you put everything together with your energy, oh my God, that's when things start to manifest. You put it out there in the world and shit happens. I mean, I've seen it since the very first spell working I ever did. I've done some pretty powerful stuff. And you know, I just told somebody this morning, here's my best description of witchcraft. They said, is magic real? And I told them, it is very real. It's not like what you see in the movies. You don't always see it take shape. You feel it takes shape. You feel it, you hear it, you sense it, okay? And sometimes you see it too, but it's not like the movies where, oh, I'm gonna turn him into a frog. Bam, he turns into a frog. No, it's more like, I'm gonna make him feel how he made me feel the other day when he made me feel bad. He's gonna feel bad. He's gonna have a really bad day. And that's going to take shape, and you're going to see that unfold. I'm not saying I wanna make somebody have a bad day, but if you step on my fucking toes, I'll fucking do it. Anyways, guys, the safest way to do the Ouija board, it just started raining. Is that a sign? I don't think so. But don't ever write anything off. The safest way to do the Ouija board is not to do it. It's very real. You can bring things closer to you that weren't so close before. And if there happens to be a demon passing through your life at this very moment, then what could that mean for you? I mean, that could be pretty bad. With that said, demons aren't as common as everybody thinks, but they're not as rare as everybody thinks, if that makes sense to you. Like, everybody, I have probably 150 people a week that write me and like, I'm dealing with the demon, I'm dealing with the demon. And most likely they're just people who are living in a house that is haunted, and an entity is living out their spirit life there, and they're trying to make their presence known. Yeah, they may be trying to get your attention, and sometimes that might feel like they're trying to hurt you or manipulate your energy. That's not the case, guys. I mean, these things are probably bored. I would be, you know, if I die one day and I'm here in the house and I'm watching my family live their life and nobody's ever like really talking to me. Maybe they feel me time to time, maybe they talk to me when no one's around, but you know, I'm gonna probably like try and do everything I can do to get them to pay attention to me. I'm gonna poke the hell out of them. I'm gonna poke. I'm gonna poke them like that. And I mean, shit can get a little bit crazy sometimes, I'm sure, but that doesn't mean you're dealing with the demon. I've dealt with demons. It's very, very brutal when they come inside you, because you feel a heaviness, you feel sick, you feel it in your stomach, you get really dehydrated because these things pull from the fluids of your bodies. They drain the fluids of your bodies. And I know because I've been in the hospital 4 times. I never went to the hospital and said, oh, I'm being possessed, or I was possessed, I need you to help me. I went to the hospital to see what they could say was wrong with me, and every doctor always said the same thing: dehydrated. You just took a whole bag, man. So, you know, the Ouija board is a serious thing, but so is just trying to communicate with the dead, period. If you're going to do this, know that there are some risks. Know that, you know, it's not going to be all peaches and cream. Maybe you don't like peaches and cream. Hey, that's fine. But look, if you are going to do this, keep a mental focus, because a lot of what we deal with spiritually can be handled with the mental. A lot of people say, oh man, do I need to sage? Do I need to have somebody come and bless the house? Do I need to do this? If you have a very strong mental capacity and you are really good at staying focused, you can channel these things out. And once they can't manipulate you, they slowly push away. You know why? Because you're not fun. You're not the right target. They're gonna go to somebody that they can manipulate. Even if they're not evil, even if they're not dangerous, just keep on going. Just keep on staying focused, and these things will leave you alone. There is no safe way to do a Ouija board. There is no safe way to ghost hunt. There is no safe way to conjure spirits. If you're going to let them know that you're willing to communicate with them, that you want to communicate with them, guess what? They're never going to leave your side, because not everybody and their brother is out there trying to communicate with spirits every day. There are a lot more people coming to the field now, but with that said, we're kind of rare as ghost hunters. It's not like there's 9 ghost hunters out of every 10 people. It's not like that. There's like 1 out of every 1,000, you know, or a million. Who knows? I don't really know the freaking numbers. Whatever the case may be, just be careful. Keep your mental strong. Always focus. And don't do anything that you feel like you could regret. Thanks, guys. Jody Dean here, Mr. Hunting the Dead. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. And until next time.